Your father's fear of poverty is hiding in your work calendar and in your inability to rest. Your mother's silenced ambition is hiding in your inner critique. And your grandparents' migration trauma, that might be hiding in your Sunday night dread to start your Monday morning. You probably would have spent your life thinking that you are anxious, burned out, just not enough. And what if I tell you that you're not broken, that your anxiety is not yours? In fact, what if you are just inherited? Well, this is your host Kaustav at Keynotes. Welcome back to this new video, which I've been working for a long period of time, given the sensitivities associated with it. But I really wanted to deep dive, unfold and explore the idea of inheritance that is invisible and that impacts the way we make our choices, the way we conduct ourselves, the way we build our relationships and foster them, and the way we look at lifestyle, luxury, etc., etc. And why? At the end of the day, to be more aware of who we are, where things come from, things especially that we cannot see, break those chains, break those stereotypes, and be a better human being, not only for ourselves, but people around us. I've spent about more than 13 years in the working sphere watching really potential individuals break themselves down completely to an extent of self-destruct. Not because they did not have potential or they were not talented, but because they were carrying this invisible baggage that nobody understood, nobody talked about, baggage packed by their families from generations. Well, in this video, which essentially is going to be a two-part thing, where I'm going to give you something that most people stumble upon after years of therapy, a surgical tool called as the Inheritance Audit. It's not motivation, it's not positive thinking. It's a simple framework that will help you to separate what is truly yours and what is it that you need to let go, essentially those which are not visible. And in case you're wondering why a topic like this, why is it so important at this point in time, let me give you 3 reasons for it. Number 1, rising issues of burnout and anxiety. And this is personal. I have burnt myself, and that is what I want to pay it forward and submit to you so that you can better navigate your anxiety, your loneliness. Number 2, research over the last decade has shown that your trauma doesn't only end with yours. It can be passed down to the generations. And the last, I want you to feel empowered and equipped to evolve, develop your own character in managing your own stress, burnout and anxieties, and realize that in today's world, it is extremely important to break some stereotypes and those conventional parochial thought processes, essentially, which impacts the way we lead our life, the way we make our choices. So if all of this makes sense, and if you really are interested, and if you want to really help yourself to build your character that will add value, not only your personal or professional life, but your spiritual self as well, stay tuned. If not, you are free to go. On that note, let's begin. So let me start by telling you a story of an individual like you and I. Let's call that person Rahul. And this is Rahul's story. Well, I met Rahul when he was about 34 years of age. On paper, he has ticked off everything. IT graduate, senior product manager in a multinational company. Basis his earnings, he falls in that 1% of the population of the country. He's married and he has a kid on his way. Every Sunday, he would connect with his father. A father who is a retired government clerk, lives in Bareilly, and would always share with him that how proud he was about Rahul, to an extent where he would say that, "Beta, I sleep peacefully because I know you are all settled in your life." But here's what his father didn't know. Every Sunday night, Rahul would dread about the Monday morning. He would feel so anxious that he would feel that there is tons and tons of weight over his chest. By Monday morning, he'd be in office asking, "What's wrong with me? I have everything, but why do I still want to run away?" Well, cut to on a Sunday night, again, his father called, and casually his father struck a conversation where he said, after partition, Rahul, my father, your grandfather lost everything. We started from zero. We started from scratch. But you're safe now. A permanent job, a good company, all is good. And I'm so happy that even though we did not have anything, and this is where you have reached at. And that's when Rahul, when he met me, he told me that something clicked in him. He realized that his entire life had been built around his father's trauma of losing everything. His father's fear of instability, insecurity, born from partition, from watching his father lose and start from zero. That safeguarding had become Rahul's career strategy. Rahul wasn't building his life. He was building a fortress against his father's nightmares. This is what I call as the invisible inheritance. We think inheritance is only limited to property, money, gold, assets, etc. But the real inheritance, it's the fears, the insecurities, the preconceived notions, the conditioning, that definition of success, that definition of safety. All of those things that add to your character are the inheritance as well. And it's important for us to understand and realize it. And that's why I've been saying like a broken record that your fears, your anxiety, your stress, your burnout, all of it may not be yours. A lot of it is coming from somewhere else and bases your inheritance. Your grandparents needed those fears to survive, and we are not here to blame them. And probably your parents inherited a lot of those things in the way they would look at love, in the way they would look at lifestyle choices, luxury, etc., etc. And a lot of it got trickled down without teaching, without showing, but by seeing, but by living it. And maybe that's what has got also trickled down to us, to you and I. The inheritances, the invisible ones. But the real question that we need to ask ourselves is that, do we still need them? Probably our grandparents needed it for their survival back in the day. Probably our parents needed it to ensure that they comply. But we are in a different game altogether in today's time. Let me know, what do you think in the comment section below? It'll be interesting to kind of connect on the perspectives that you would share. So, take a pause. Think about what I've shared with you thus far. Comment below, what do you think, your perspectives. They may not align with mine, but essentially, it's a perspective that I'm sharing with you. The invisible inheritance.